Today we are doing a couples tag video. We have a handful of questions and we're going to see how well we know each other. Some of them are just questions, like get to know us type questions. And then some of them are like, I'll ask you something, like the question is like, who do you think is most likely to do this? And then you point to me if you think it's me and point to yourself if you think it's you. We have posted a lot of different, well, not a lot, but some like family vlog type videos. We're a husband and wife. We have a almost 3-year-old daughter on this channel, but this is our first like actual like sit down type video on this channel. We have other YouTube channels, but whatever. But this is our first like real like introductory video on this channel. We've never done anything like this on this channel, so it'll be fun. Get to know.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, what do you think the other partner would go to jail for?
So how do we answer it? Do you want to go?
What do you think I would be most likely to go to jail for, and what do I think you would be most
hit
likely?
And run?
Yeah, definitely.
You'd hit somebody in a car and run and just say, oops.
Oopsies.
And then you get home and her whole side of the car is like just scraped and dented. And you're like, honey, how'd that happen? And she's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're not speaking from personal experience. That's never happened to me. Never. You want to know what I would think you would go to jail for?
What?
Okay.
Curious.
So I think you would go to jail for not leaving someone's house. Okay.
What?
Let me give you.
That makes me sound so creepy. I've never thought of that before.
Let me give context. Okay. So we're both real estate agents, and when he goes on appointments, he just loves like staying in the house, and he talks to them for so long. And I feel like someone would just throw you out.
I ask him even to make me coffee sometimes, and they do it.
It's a good trait. You get a lot of business.
It's so fun.
Anyway, okay.
Not leaving somebody's house.
Yeah, not leaving someone's house.
I don't know if that'd lead to jail. It's more like trespassing, but anyways. I was expecting like me to fight
so it's okay.
me to just get in a parent altercation, because I coach high school wrestling as well. So I'm usually pretty cool. I'm the relaxed guy, helpful. But if things need to be said, I say it too. So
what city was your partner born in?
Salem.
Sublimity. Staten.
No, I was born in Salem, Mariah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Salem Hospital, just like you. We've talked about that.
Okay, I forgot.
By the way, just to ask you guys, or actually maybe answer a question you might have, how do Mariah and I know each other and how long we've been together? Our history goes way back. I was in 4th grade at Turner Elementary. She shows up at a lunch with one of her best friends, Hope. And that's when I first remember Mariah for the first time. And I asked Hope, well, is your friend pretty? And Hope said yes. And to my surprise, she was a pretty little girl, but we didn't talk at all. And then she ended up going to our junior high in the 7th grade. So she never went to school with me until 7th grade. And then we finally kind of met up and flings got flared. And sophomore year of high school, I started pursuing her. So we've been together for over 10 years now. And it's been a wild ride, a great ride, and married for 5 years.
We got married when we were 19 and 20.
Yeah.
So fun fact from the day. Mm-hmm. And I never thought that was young, but now that I'm 25, I'm like, that was pretty young.
It really kind of makes you like question. Like,
I didn't feel young at the time.
What was our peers, like other peers, thinking? Like, are they crazy or are they dumb or what? Like, because everybody that I was around, like, they ended up going to college. I personally went to college too, but then I just didn't finish. And I just went directly with Mariah instead. So, after 2 years of marriage, we had Astrid too.
But, no regrets.
No regrets at all. Regrets. I mean, dude, our life is so amazing. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And when people ask me, they're like, Spence, how do you guys do what you do? We've not saying we're successful or not successful, but like we get things done just personally. Like, we have ambition, we pursue, we have just a drive to always kind of get better and go and get further in life. And my only response is, dude, nothing makes sense how Mariah and I roll, like our business. It makes no sense. The things we do, the amount of transactions we have, our relationships we get to create, it is all God. There's no way we can do this on our own, seriously. And
it's true.
That is the one cool thing that we do get to share together is that side.
That's true.
Faith, I guess, right?
That's true. We're very blessed.
Back to the question.
Okay. That all stemmed from what city was your partner born in? Where was your first date? 4th of July. Okay, so
I would consider that.
Quick.
We didn't drive, so it's hard to know what a date is.
Yeah, so we didn't date. We didn't go on dates because we didn't have our license. You were 15 and I was 16 when we first started dating. And so it was like my mom would drive me to your house. Your mom would drive me to my house.
I do remember. No, this was after the 4th of July, huh?
Yeah, that was the first time we hung out was
Yeah.
4th of July because you were gone on a cruise and I was at Miss Oregon.
That makes sense. And then the next time that I would consider the first time we like officially hung out, like one-on-one, was like, a week and a half, 2 weeks later when I got back from the cruise.
And you asked me to be your girlfriend?
I asked you to be my girlfriend in the pool.
Yeah.
She has a pool at her parents' house, an in-ground pool, and we were on a floaty. But the catch was, I'm not allowed to go to anybody's house without their parents around, right?
Oh, and I didn't know.
Mariah's parents weren't home. I was just, I realized I didn't see any cars in the driveway. I was a little freaked out because my mom's dropping me off, and they always go to the door, man, and knock on and just check with the parents. Well, for whatever reason, in this scenario, mom stayed in the car. Spencer got out, goes in the house, and I was like, whew, man. I was so terrified because I for a split second thought I wasn't coming over, and the first time going to somebody's house, first impression, and you're nervous already being a 15-year-old boy then. And it's scary. But I got to go to your house with no parents.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a rule. You didn't tell me.
Mariah's lifestyle, my lifestyle was a little different.
And then before that, though, you came over to my parents' house, and one of my cousins was like playing a song on his guitar, and like a bunch of family was over just hanging out. There was like a fire outside. We were like a campfire. We were just like hanging out and chilling. And you had a backpack on like the whole time, and everyone called you the backpack guy. And I just thought it was so funny. Like you would not take your backpack off.
Yeah.
It was cute. Anyway.
Yeah, it was like I was running from the cops or something. After the party gets busted, got to have all my stuff with me.
What was your first road trip together?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Remember. I think we went on a road trip like...
Well, we do road trips like your parents.
I don't really count this. Yeah, we never like went on road trips together. We didn't like live together before we got married or anything like that. So we didn't go on road trips together or like travel together alone before we were married. But we did go with my parents like a few times somewhere, like all together as a family. Wait, was it Seattle? Yeah, you came with my family and I to Seattle.
Portland.
Yeah, no, you came with us to Seattle in our senior year in high school. No, it wasn't for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we remember me and you and Miranda and Josh and my parents.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think that was like the first one.
That was when we were still in high school, and that was like we were.
And I'd never been to Seattle, by the way, or I had, but I was really little.
Yeah.
And just traveling with her family versus mine, it was a little different experiences. I mean, we're staying dead centered downtown in a beautiful hotel and getting the most crazy dinner meal I've ever had in my life. And not saying if you don't have that, anything's worse, but it was a different experience / lifestyle for me. And
your eyes were opened.
I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's one of those things, if you've never tasted, you don't see. You know, I surely tasted it, and now I get to see it.
Okay, who's the loudest?
Mariah.
You think I'm the loudest?
Absolutely.
You think I'm louder than you?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone thinks you're the loudest.
When you're feeling yourself. I'm more like an atmosphere guy. So like if I need a louder atmosphere and I feel like just deadness in the room and people are kind of stale, I'm like, okay, I have time to be hype, man. Time to like create comfortability.
Yeah.
But Mariah, your personality, I would say, is more loud than me. Because I'm so happy just sitting in a room and being like comfortable and like I'm just there.
I don't sit,
but I don't like to be bored too, though. Yeah. So that's kind of like my thing. Like, but it's all about the atmosphere for me. So like, if it's quiet, dead, dark, whatever, I'm gonna turn on music. I'm gonna create some type of great atmosphere that fits that role.
Right, that makes sense.
Okay. So do you not agree with that?
No, I do.
Ha.
I do. What? No, I just don't have anything else to say.
So am I louder or you louder?
I feel like both of us. I was gonna say both. I think we're both even.
We
think
really
we're both
are.
even. But also I think it depends on like where we're at in our situation and like how comfortable I feel maybe.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's what's for you. Comfortability.
Yeah. Like if I don't feel comfortable, then I'm not as loud. Who's this is a good one. Who's most likely to cook?
Me.
You. I feel like I'm more likely to cook.
Wow, dude, we're
But
not
your
doing too good.
cooking, our cooking is different. You're most likely to cook like to
Right,
barbecue.
I totally like cook more meals than you. You
cook-
hate cooking.
I do hate cooking. Okay. You're more likely to cook like meat on like a barbecue or something.
And
I'm more likely to cook like a very simple meal that you probably wouldn't consider a meal, but to me it's a meal. Like something really like I'll put like yogurt and
Mariah gets
chia
so mad at
seeds
me.
in a bowl, and I'll be like, "This is my lunch,"
And
and
I'm
to
not
you,
gonna
you're
eat
like,
it.
"That's not a meal," but to me, I cooked a meal. So I guess like, I guess our definition.
Mariah gets so mad at me because she cooks something, I don't like it, so I don't eat it usually. And you know, it's kind of rude of me, but at the same time, like, get to know me, cook something that I'll actually enjoy and like, you know. But anything I cook, it's like, God, it's so golden gorgeous.
Okay,
Mariah eats every meal I make, and she's like, "This is the best thing in the world."
you make really good steak, and you just make really good meat in general. But also, you are a
I make
baker.
pastries.
You make yes, which is a skill. I cannot
I love to
bake,
bake,
and I
actually.
don't enjoy baking, and I really don't want anything to do with it. It's not my thing. But
I just
you
have to be in the mood.
will just like wake up. Like the other day, he just woke up and like whipped up this like Dutch cake, and it looked so good, and it was like. I would never do
German
that.
pancakes.
Yeah.
Go look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that hard. It's good though.
Who's most likely to take out the trash?
Spencer.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Mariah
That
denies
is high
taking out the trash.
on the list of things I don't do.
Says I don't do that, and I'm like, so you're just gonna keep overflowing it and living in it until I get home?
Yes.
Makes no sense to me, but that's how it is.
Yes. If he's gone for like multiple days,
It'll stay there.
I will literally just let it get so high. Like
It's pretty,
I'm not about it. I'm not
It's pretty
about
incredible.
Who's most likely to sleep in on a weekend?
Spencer.
Yeah, I don't really sleep in. Who's most likely to make a big purchase?
I think you get more big purchases, but I certainly do make big purchases.
I feel like I make more purchases that are like $200 and under. But if it's over that, then I'm not going to just make a purchase like without, I feel like to me, that's like my limit to spend before I have to ask you as like my husband, not like to ask your permission, but just to have like out of respect, like, hey, like, should we buy that? Like that type of thing.
Right.
But if it's under that, then it's like, I'll buy whatever I want. It's like fair game. So I definitely like make more purchases, but
That's what I mean.
You would go buy like a dirt bike or like I don't have expensive things like that I'm really like into. Like
for us, if it makes
You know
sense,
what I
I'll do
mean?
it.
Yeah.
And if I want it, I'll get it.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how it happens.
Yeah.
Buying a car, you know, it's not scary for me, but it's like you got to place yourself there. Buying a dirt bike, it's not scary for me, but the payment's got to be there. My big purchases usually is like clothing for me personally now.
oh yeah, true. True.
Being a realtor in real estate, I pride myself in how I look. And that's just how I roll. When I was in sports and being an athlete, I feel good, I look good, I feel good, I play good. You know, it's one of those things. So if I'm looking my part, I'm going to play that part for sure. And suits is one of my weaknesses. I really have grown to love like really good attire, like whether it's the shirt, whether it's the jacket. You know, I watch The Bachelors. That's kind of what like got me into it, and it was kind of fun. So I got my bachelor suit to where I got my ankle shows, and I got regular old school suits. I got a double plate chest suit, and they're always custom tailored. That's where it's kind of like the difference between Mariah and I is anything I like to wear, I like to custom form and fit and look a little bit different. And Mariah's just like, oh, here's a mannequin. I'm going to just buy what's on the mannequin, come home and wear it.
That's very true. Very true. You do like your suits. Okay, last question. Who's most likely to plan a trip?
We're both not good at planning, though.
Well, okay, it's not that we're not good at planning. We don't want to plan.
We just don't want to plan.
We would never, like, I
want to live a
heard
lifestyle where I just want to do it.
Right. I heard someone talking once about a trip somewhere, and they had, like, their like a literal itinerary of, like, this is what we're going to do at this time. And then this, like, we don't do that. We just do what we want when we want. And we're not about that.
We bullet point, like, we look up the area, obviously, we're in. We'll bullet point, hey, I want to hit, like, that spot.
Yeah.
But there's no specific day. There's no specific time.
No.
We'll fit it in the schedule when it fits.
Yeah.
And food-wise, I mean, we usually just Google where a good restaurant is or where something is close to us, coffee, whatever. We don't plan, especially while we're on the trips, especially like the destination, just get there. And then what we like to do is not just stay for like 2-3 days. If we go anywhere, we want to be like 5 or more days.
Yeah.
Even 5 days feels like it's not enough if you're really traveling. So that we just want to saturate ourselves with that culture, especially if we're like out of the country or across states. It's more fun in the experience, especially.
Yeah.
Do something different than you don't do at home.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so if you watch this whole video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because like I said, we've had this channel for a while, but we've never really like posted on it consistently, but we are now.
This is kind of weird because it's like the first sit down you and I have had that we get to talk with you guys, our audience, and like share little bits about our personality that makes us who we are. That was kind of a fun question game. Yeah, it could get boring, but if you want to be part of our family, keep on watching these videos, and like she said, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we love having you guys around. Thank you for viewing this.
We'll see you guys next week.